Hello everyone, welcome to our episode here of Tight or Just Not Right. I'm going to look at some cards, look at the biographies, the backgrounds, the writings, lots of great descriptions, and lots of great people with the card companies writing all these things on the back of cards. Most of the time it was tight and awesome and hype, but sometimes it's just not right. So we're going to look at some card backs and decide if it's tight or just not right. Today we're going to look at 1989 Donruss Grand Slammers. Hello, Kurt the Good Times Card Collector here. Today we're doing some tight or not right, and we're going to do 1989 Donruss Grand Slammers. I think they were inserted in like the cello packs. I'm not quite sure, but insert series. There were 10 of them made. 1988, they're based on 1988 Grand Slams, which Major League Baseball had 80 or 61 Grand Slams in 1988, and these were 10 that they chose to put in their set. Actually, I just chose 5 out of those 10 for us to look at. So let's look at our first one, which is Keith Hernandez. April 26th against the Braves. Keith Hernandez had what he would have to concede was his greatest day in baseball on April 26, 1988. On that day, Hernandez hit 2 homers and knocked in 7 runs to help the New York Mets rout the Atlanta Braves 13-4. Hernandez hit his grand slam in the 8th inning to highlight a 7-run Mets rally that broke the game open. It was struck off right-hander Chris Polio. Hernandez earlier had hit a 2-run home run in the 5th and knocked in another run with a force out in the 7th. So, this card, Keith Hernandez, World Series champion, MVP, 5-time All-Star, 11-time Gold Glove winner. This card states that this April Grand Slam, Keith Hernandez would have to concede was his greatest day in baseball. That's just not right. Next up, number 11, Jesse Barfield. April 19th versus the Royals. Jesse Barfield of the Toronto Blue Jays spent much of the 1988 season hearing trade rumors about himself. However, he didn't let it affect his long ball hitting, which he made his mark. Barfield hit 18 home runs in 1988. 2 of them were grand slams. On April 19th against the Kansas City Royals, he slammed right-hander Brett Saberhagen in the 3rd inning to wipe out a 2-0 deficit and a key 7-run inning that sent the Blue Jays to a 12-3 win. Then on September 13th, Barfield slammed again, this time off Detroit Tigers reliever Paul Gibson, with the Jays already ahead 5-1 in the 7th inning. The left-hander Gibson came on to relieve with 1 on and walked both Ernie Witt and Pat Borders before serving up Barfield's grand slam on an 0-1 pitch. So both times, looks like they were ahead, hit 2 grand slams in one season, which is notable, but just the fact that they say the home run, the trade rumors didn't affect his home run hitting. Looks like in 1985 he hit 27 jacks, 86 he hit 40 jacks, 87 he hit 28 jacks, but in 1988 he only hit 18. So saying that it didn't affect his long ball hitting, I think that's just not right. Next up, number 5, Mike Greenwell. August 2nd against the Rangers. The Red Sox were on the roll that would ultimately take them to the American League East pennant when Mike Greenwell hit his only grand slam of the 1988 season. It came on August 2nd against the Texas Rangers' Jeff Russell. Greenwell connected in the 1st inning to give the Red Sox a 4-0 lead, and they went on to beat the Rangers 7-2 for their 21st consecutive victory at Fenway Park. They would go on to win 2 more games at Fenway to establish a new record for most consecutive wins at home. So no doubt, that's tight. Next up, number 1, Jose Canseco. October 15th versus the Dodgers. As it turned out, Jose Canseco's grand slam homer in the 2nd game of the World Series in 1988 was his only hit against the Dodgers in the Fall Classic. And, as it also turned out, it wasn't enough to win the game for the Oakland Athletics. Canseco wiped out a 2-0 Dodger lead by hitting his grand slam deep over the center field fence with 2 outs in the second inning of the game. Game 2 against Dodger right-hander Tim Belcher. However, the Dodgers chipped away at the Oakland lead as the A's managed just 2 base runners from the 4th inning on. And in the 9th, as we all know, with 2 outs, Kirk Gibson shocked Oakland and everyone, and it was a bummer, with a pinch hit 2-run homer off Dennis Eckersley to give the Dodgers a 5-4 win and the impetus to go on and win the World Series. Jose Canseco grand slam in the game that Gibson hit the home run to win it. That's not right. Number 2, Mike Marshall. Now I'm doing this card last, Mike Marshall, because I remember this card. This was actually in one of my top 5 videos. So Mike Marshall on the Dodgers. So April 23rd versus the Giants. Mike Marshall's first home run of the 1998 proved to be quite dramatic. On April 23rd, the Dodger right-hander came to bat against the San Francisco Giants with the bases loaded after Pedro Guerrero had been intentionally walked in front of him. So back in 1987, that same scenario touched off a brawl between the Dodgers and the Giants. On that occasion, after Guerrero was walked intentionally in front of him, Marshall hit a 3-run homer and then let Giants manager Roger Craig know what he felt about the slight. On April 23rd, after the intentional walk by Don Robinson to Guerrero again, loaded the bases in the 9th inning. It completed a 10-3 Dodger rout of Craig's Giants. So I don't know what you have to think about that, but even though it's against the Giants, that's tight. Do you agree with my tight or not right? Let me know in the comments below. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want, leave a comment down below. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you won't miss any of my future videos. Well, have a good one.